G'day ECU students, my name's Monty King and I'm going to take you through some tips for preparing for exams. It's best to start at the start, and the best place to start is with the lecture notes you've made over the semester. You'll also find that the lecturer may have given different hints as to exam questions and how to approach the exam itself. If you've missed any lecture, make sure you go back over any recordings and share notes with your friends and study buddies, and make sure you've got a full picture of the semester. Don't forget, for each week you'll have different lecture readings from the textbook. It's a good idea to go over those as well. Don't forget to look at the learning outcomes, which should give you a feel for what is going to be examined. Also, if there are any past exam papers or practice questions on Blackboard, make sure that you check those out as well. Don't forget too that any advice your lecturer has given should help you to focus your studies. It's a good idea to start a revision timetable and plan your revision in advance. Try to work in no more than 40-minute blocks. Research says that that's about as long as people can concentrate effectively before your mind starts to wander. It's a good idea to take regular breaks, do lots of exercise, have light snacks. It just helps you to break up the study routine. Don't forget that generally people work more effectively in the morning when you're fresh after sleep, not so much at 3 AM. Make use of downtime wherever you can. That's those moments where you might be waiting for something or someone, and if you've got things like flashcards or pieces of paper with your notes, then you can use those to revise in the times when you haven't got anything else on. People often spend too much time working on things that they already know quite well, to work on some of your weak areas too. And it's a great idea to write up a study timetable and follow it. Be disciplined. Okay, now we'll take a look at different learning styles and how they can help you with revision. Some of the most common learning styles that people refer to are visual, auditory and kinesthetic learning styles. We'll talk a little bit about some of them and how you can adapt your revision style to suit your learning style. Visual learners, they prefer visual details, they prefer to see or read information, and a lot of what we do at university revolves around the visual domain. Try taking notes of your notes. So take the 3 or 4 pages of notes that you might have written and see if you can get them into basic ideas on flashcards. You could also try to write concept maps to link ideas, diagrams that show movement and connection, as well as flowcharts. Wall charts can also work, posters as well, and try keep them in prominent places like above your desk. Also, the idea of color coding works quite well. If you're doing a number of different units, you might like to try writing your notes up in different colors for different units so that you can keep track of each individual unit. Visualizing can also really be very helpful. And it involves doing things like constructing mental images. I know I've worked with students in accounting where I've suggested they use the image of a tree to think about the different accounts and details that they need to include in a spreadsheet. Auditory learners, they're people who prefer to learn by discussion and listening to information. One great idea to revise effectively is to create a study group. Sit together, have a coffee, ask questions, test each other, work together. It's a good idea to record summaries of your notes onto your phone, play them back to yourself while you're in your downtime, or you could exercise as well. Also, it's a great idea to try explaining concepts from the unit to people like your friends or your parents in such a way as to be able to make these concepts simple, and then this will also help you to learn. Another to revise is to use rhyme and rhythm and music to aid memory. You might try putting some of the key points on a particular topic into a little song. And another good tip is to try using background music just as a way of getting you in your zone. Kinesthetic learners, like bouncing a tennis ball, turning your pen over from end to end, walking around as you study, all of this can help. Take some flashcards with you while you're walking, while you're going to the bus, while you're going to the shop. Test yourself while you're doing exercise. Listen to pre-recorded notes that you do while you're running. Also, make sure you get up and walk around while revising. Repetition can also be very beneficial for kinesthetic learners. It might actually help you to write and rewrite diagrams and figures and concepts from your units. Don't forget about you. Find a comfortable, quiet study space that you like to work in. Get plenty of fresh air. Eat a balanced diet. Don't go crazy on the chocolate, and not too much coffee or Red Bull either. And remember, the healthier you are, the greater your concentration levels. Thanks for watching, guys. Next up, we'll have a video on preparing the night before, the morning of, and in the actual exam. Cheers.